Looking to make some healthier habits this holiday season? Make sure to check out our Moving Through Midlife community over on Facebook, as we are doing a Planksgiving event where we are doing daily plank workouts. We will be doing an Advent for healthy, happy hips this holiday season, and then also have a sugar challenge, a 2-week sugar challenge that you might be interested in. Happy holidays!
Welcome to Raising Healthy Humans, where you as a busy mom can come each week to find information on health and wellness for your family. Enjoy experts discussing tips to help raise children through each phase of life, gather current information on nutrition and wellness, and listen to Courtney, a personal trainer, health coach, and founder of FormFit, a community where she helps busy moms move more. Here, she provides you with movement and posture tips while sharing information you need to help raise healthy humans.
Today, I am coming to you solo. I wanted to be able to speak with you about how you can start to understand your hormones and start working within the body cycle. I had mentioned back in January how our bodies have cycles similar to the seasons, and I wanted to kind of talk to you about that. Now, by no means am I a hormone expert, but I do want to share the information I have in regards to hormones and what you should be feeding your body through the different phases, what the different phases are, and then the way you should exercise within those different phases. And then I'll provide you with some information or places you can go to get more information in regards to hormone health. So just like seasons, our body is cyclical, and we need to really pay attention to that. You may notice when you work out, there are just times when you don't feel your best. And instead of pushing through, you need to really start to listen to your body and lean in to what it's telling you. Now, I'm not talking about for those of you who are sitting on the couch and you're like, I don't really feel like working out today. That's not what I'm talking about, because one day turns into 5 days, turns into 20 days, turns into a whole year. That's unhealthy. The people I want to speak to in regards to paying attention are those of you, and this may be you, it was me, who push through because you feel like you've got to work out a little bit harder today, because yesterday you were able to do 10 push-ups and you feel like you're getting stronger, so why can't you do 15 push-ups today? That's who I'm talking to. So this is actually for all of you, but you need to start listening to your body. So there are 4 phases within your cycle, and they'll provide you with a lot of information about your body and health. You need to make sure you are taking your time to nourish your body and begin moving more within these cycles to ensure you are providing your body what it needs. Once you start leaning into the natural rhythm of your cycles, it will take up to about 3 months for you to really start noticing a difference. Okay, so our body runs in 3 months. So not only does it run in a monthly cycle, it runs in a 3-month cycle. So think seasons. You will start to notice, like, just because you ate healthy today, it doesn't mean your cycle is going to change this month. You may notice over the next few months that your cycle becomes better. And then if you have something, what I always like to say is, like, those of you who, in December, we're dealing with a lot of stress. We're usually not eating as well. So March comes about and our cycle is off. And that's usually an indicator of the holidays. So make sure you're listening and it can take up to 3 months for your body to start responding. And then pay attention to how you are feeling through each cycle and gauge based on the information I'm going to provide you. Because the one thing that I've noticed is if you are constantly pushing through certain times of the month and you're not listening to your body, you can be causing some adrenal fatigue. And we don't want to go there because then your hormones get really off, and we really need to focus in on making everything natural, moving within your cycles naturally. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is your menstrual phase. This is a real common one. You should know exactly when it occurs because it's the start of your period. And this will usually last 3 to 7 days. And during this time, your body is searching for comfort. So don't be surprised if you start craving a lot of sweets, a lot of your comfort foods, those type of things, and then you just want to sit down and watch TV. That's very normal. Do not succumb to the cravings of sweets in the sense of, grabbing that big piece of chocolate cake or something. Pay attention to those and feed your body with the nutrients it needs. So yes, this is a great time to start upping your intake of fruit because that will help get that satisfaction of your sweet cravings. Dark chocolate, I usually recommend above 80%. It is definitely high, and if you're not there yet, you can start lower, but then try to increase your percentages because you want less sugar. And the darker it is, the less sugar there is in the chocolate. But this will also help with your magnesium and everything. So instead of succumbing to those sweets, reach for nourishing foods and comfort your body with warming teas, comfy blankets, your favorite book, your favorite TV show, whatever you can do to provide your body with the comfort it's searching for. Lots of snuggle time with your kids, that is what you should be doing during this phase. If you deal with periods that are heavy with clotting, you need to make sure you are up to date on your pap smears to ensure all is good. And then start working with a practitioner. Now, I will always recommend holistic or functional medicine because there are certain things that they look into that unfortunately your everyday doctor, they may not know, or they may not have time for it. So when you work with a functional doctor, they start to really look into lots of different areas. They can work with you on a deeper level. And if you need information in regards to that, let me know. I do have a friend who will be able to possibly help you very soon. So you will want to work with someone who can check your blood work, go deeper than the basic blood work, and then also do some Dutch testing to help you determine what is going on in your body. Because not only do you might be holding higher estrogen levels, but the pathways into which how the estrogen leaves your body may affect things differently. Okay, so like I said, I'm not the hormone expert, so you're going to have to speak to somebody about that or look into some people that do that. But there is the way the estrogen leaves the body or, can affect things differently for all of us. So when you're in your menstrual cycle, for nutrition, what should you be eating? I already mentioned that you are going to have more sweet cravings. You're going to start wanting to crave that, you're going to be looking for those comfort foods. So you don't want to get in the vicious cycle of sweets because they are going to affect your insulin. And the more you go for the sweets, being your sugars, your alcohols, and your carbs, the more difficult it becomes to get off of them because it's like this insulin roller coaster that you're on. So you will want to reach for low glycemic fruits that contain higher amounts of water to help with hydration during this time, because remember, with blood, you're losing a lot of water as well. Make sure to support your blood and kidneys during this time with foods rich in iron and zinc, and to help replenish what is being lost. So think seafood, red meat, seaweed, kidney beans, chlorophyll, kale, kelp, mushrooms, and beets. Enjoy warming teas, soups, smoothies, and stir fries to up the vegetable intake as much as possible. Don't overdo the food during this time. This is a great time for those of you who are interested in intermittent fasting to possibly try some of that. I think it's easy for all of us to start with a 12-hour intermittent fasting. I think everyone should be doing a 12-hour intermittent fasting, but you may be able to go longer. The key here, listen to your body. For some of you, I would not recommend intermittent fasting, but your body will tell you. If you're starving at the 13 or 14 hour mark, respect your body and feed it. Just feed it healthy. That is a great time to work with that if that's something you're interested in. And then make digestion easy during this time as your body is busy shedding the lining of your uterus, which is why I mentioned your your smoothies and your soups, because they're already kind of in that digested state, right? They're broken down for you. Now, in regards to exercise when you are in the menstrual cycle, this is a great time for you to walk. You want to walk during this time, a little bit of yoga, some stretching, some foam rolling. Steer clear of your high intensity stuff. We don't want to go cardio heavy during this time. I'm not sure I'd be recommending spin classes and cardio and HIIT and boot camps. Needless to say, if you attend my classes, like my boot camp style classes online or in person, you just need to take it down a notch during this time. So you want to look at attending more of the core style workouts, the align, if you're in my programming, your align classes. And then, like I said, if you attend the strength classes, just go slow. Don't do those highs as high if there's high intervals. And same thing if you love a boot camp or you love a class, you're just not going to push yourself as much during this time. And then for your mindset, stop feeling like the start of your period is a terrible time, and start getting curious about your health and what your body is able to tell you during these phases. Pay attention to your symptoms and really pull back on what you are doing during this time. Your creativity is going to be very high, and you will be seeing things with more clarity during this time. So this is a great time to just sit down and plan. This is like planner's rejoice time. That's me, if you can't tell. So sit down and plan everything out. Start planning, start taking notes, that's a great time to get to where you're doing your educational learning, all of the learning things that you might be doing. Use this time for that. And just sit with the ideas. Don't take action on them yet. Save that for one of the phases coming up. This is your time of hibernation, and don't feel guilty for leaning into this time. Your body is doing amazing things right now, and you need to be supporting that. So the next phase is the follicular phase. And as soon as your period ends, you are now in the follicular phase. This is when estrogen and testosterone are low, but they are starting to increase as you get closer to ovulation. And this is going to be a time when you feel more energetic and as if you are ready to get back into your life. When you are thinking about the foods that you want to eat to nourish your body, you want to eat foods that are good for the gut with pre and probiotics. Think fermented foods such as sauerkraut, kombucha, pickles, tempeh, miso, and different sprouts. And then light and fresh foods. Salads, again, stir fries are great during this time. You want to think light and fresh. If you are interested in seed cycling, then this is the time that you would start to add flax and pumpkin seeds into your diet. And this will help to ensure you are getting the fiber you need in your diet to help you to go to the bathroom naturally. So if you are dealing, I'm sorry, I've got to go here. I know it's not the best thing, but it is. We all do it. And it is a clear indicator of your health, your gut health. So if they are like mud pies, that's not good. If they're really loose, that's not good. Or if you're constipated, that's not good. So if you're dealing with that, start getting more fiber into your diet to help. Make sure you are supporting your body with the nutrients it needs to help sustain your energy. So lots of healthy fats, healthy carbohydrates. And when I say carbohydrates, I do not mean breads, rice, all of that stuff. No, I'm thinking fiber. What fibrous foods can you be eating for your carbs? So all of your root vegetables are great. Lots of healthy fats, lots of root vegetables, and some grains if your body can tolerate them. So I'm not saying you can't have some of those things that you like. Listen to your body. And then also make sure that you're eating lots of healthy protein. One thing that I would highly recommend you all do is start looking at your protein intake. I would bet most of you are falling short in regards to your protein. And if you don't have a sensitivity to soy, this is a great time to add it into your diet. So those of you who do look at, try like soy-based proteins, this is a great time for that to be used. For exercise, this is the time when you can work out where you're getting those more vigorous workouts in. You've got your spin, you got your HIIT, you can go out for a run, you can do your boot camps, you can push yourself much more during this time. Always listen to your body, but great time to be pushing yourself. This is also a great time to go out with your girlfriends or out on a date night, as you are going to be feeling more confident during this time. You're going to have more energy and you're going to be able to go for longer periods of time. So I'm a big proponent of getting a good night's sleep, but if there was a period of time in a month where you wanted to stay up later, this is the time. This is the time when your body kind of bounces back quicker and it's going to be less hard on your body. So again, this doesn't mean you should be staying up at all hours of the night, but again, this is the time that it's going to affect you the least. And if you have worked through the menstrual phase and you had some creative ideas, now is the time to begin acting on them. Here's where you get to start to bring all those great ideas into fruition. Also, make sure you are getting healthy B vitamins during this time. Honestly, all the time, but check with your doctor in regards to supplemental information as to whether or not you need certain vitamins. The third phase is the ovulation phase. And this is your hormones, your estrogen and your testosterone have risen, and it stimulates the release of an egg. This is the shortest phase in your cycle, and it will usually only last for about 2 to 4 days and is important whether or not you are trying to conceive. Okay? Because when you ovulate, your body is producing progesterone. Can I say that again? So, whether or not you are trying to conceive, it is imperative that you ovulate, because that is when your body produces progesterone. And progesterone is that calming hormone that's going to help you with anxiety, mood swings. If you're dealing with hair loss, it's going to help with that, irregular cycles, and low sex drive. So make sure you are practicing healthy habits to ensure you are ovulating each month. If you notice spotting during this time, it may mean you didn't ovulate. So be aware of that as well, as it may mean you need to really focus on health the following month to ensure you get back on your cycle. It may also mean you go speak with your gynecologist to make sure that your levels are good. And also, if you don't feel they're providing you with the answers you need, go see a functional medicine doctor who can dive a little bit deeper, or make sure you get the information you need to where you can make sure your gynecologist is giving you the proper tests. Nutrition. Always make sure you are eating healthy foods, okay? That's the key here. But now is the time to really be upping your leafy greens. Leafy greens have magnesium, so make sure you are upping those as much as possible. 2 cups a day is what I would recommend you are doing in regards to your leafy greens. Make sure you are eating lots of vegetables, especially cruciferous vegetables, just in case you have too much estrogen in your system to help it binds to the excess estrogen and gets it out of the system. So up your cruciferous vegetables during this time. If you feel tender breasts, you need to up your cruciferous vegetables to try to help get that estrogen out. And then also make sure you're eating fruits along with healthy fats like nuts, seeds, and avocado. Your exercise during ovulation, you can continue with the high intensity workouts as long as you're not dealing with pain when you ovulate. So it is called Mittelschmerz syndrome. And that is pain during ovulation. Usually it will be on one side or the other, whichever side is releasing the egg. And it can be really uncomfortable. That is something that I have had, and it's painful. So listen to that. If you need to take a day or 2 off during that time, that is okay. But, this would normally be, if you don't deal with Mittelschmerz, this would normally be a time where you could continue with that high intensity work. You do want to still make sure that you are working on your recovery and stretching, and feel free to add heavier lifting in during this time as well. This is a great time to lift heavy to gain that muscle mass that is so important, especially as we get older. And for your mindset, you will usually feel confident and at the top of your game during this time. So now is time to take on the world. Turn all those plans you have into action. Everything that, spend a lot of time with your significant other. This is your time. The last phase that we are going to talk about is the luteal phase. This is usually 10 to 14 days. This usually lasts 10 to 14 days after ovulation. So your hormones are at their highest phase, and they're going to start to drop down to prepare for menstruation. So you will start to notice lower energy during this time. If you are dealing with PMS at this point, then you are probably still carrying around extra estrogen. So make sure to continue to eat a lot of cruciferous vegetables. This is the time when your body is reabsorbing the corpus luteum from the egg, and progesterone levels will start to drop. You are going to be craving sweet and salty foods during this time. Again, don't fall into the vicious cycle of unstable blood sugar by going to those favorite foods. Your body will probably be a bit more achy during this time as well. So make sure you are really listening to your body. Your body is so smart. You need to start listening to it. It will intuitively tell you what it needs. So start listening. And if you are one who likes to settle down in the evening with an alcoholic drink, please know that this is going to affect your cycle and will cause it to be heavier and longer. Your breasts will be tender, and your mood is going to fluctuate more when you are consuming more alcohol. So when we think of nutrition, what are we thinking about? We want to eat foods that are high in magnesium. So we're working on trying to get everything up for that menstruation. The more magnesium that you're eating, or more magnesium you're eating, more foods that are high in magnesium that you are eating, the less you will have the chocolate cravings. Make sure to have vitamin B enriched foods like Swiss cheese, eggs, fish, meat, leafy greens, and dairy during this time to keep you from wanting sugar. And if you are hungrier than normal, it's okay to start eating more during this time. This is a time where you might want to eat a little bit more. So just make sure that what you are eating are healthy choices. In regards to your nutrients, you want to make sure that your foods are rich in B vitamins, calcium, magnesium, and fiber, as they are important during this time to help with all those sugar cravings and will help to decrease water retention and bloating. Make sure you are supporting your digestive system with fiber to help ensure you are getting rid, again, of that excess estrogen. Use your complex carbohydrates during this time to help with mood swings. So you can have rice, sweet potatoes, all of the squashes out there, your root vegetables. All of this is going to help with those mood swings. And then enjoy your fruits. Now is a fine time to allow the higher sugar fruits into your diet, again, to help with all those sweet cravings you might be dealing with. So the fruits you want to think about are pears, apples, and bananas to sweeten things up, or adding dried fruits like raisins, cranberries, and dates into your baking rather than sugar. Also, look into how you can add magnesium in the evening. There are some drinks that you might be able to enjoy in the evening, some teas and different things that might have some magnesium in there, because that's going to help you calm down. If you are craving chocolate, go for the darker chocolate like I mentioned before. And if you are craving wine during this time, try some kombucha instead. In regards to exercise, you are going to start easing up on the HIIT and cardio sessions, going from 3 to 4 days a week down to 1 to 2 days. So no more than 1 to 2 days of high intensity interval training during this time. You want to start adding more yoga, more Pilates, and going for those walks instead of running. Your body needs more calming things during this time as well, or you are going to start to overload the adrenals. So you are preparing for menstruation during this time. So really start to calm things down, getting ready for that time, and we do not want to push ourselves too much. If you are attending fitness classes, you're going to want to ease up on some of those intervals, those cardio pushes, those type of things. Listen to your body, start calming and pulling things back. And then with your mindset, your body is starting to slow down a bit. Don't overbook your schedule during this time, and make sure you have some time to move through things at a slower pace. Keep a few more open dates on the calendar or some little extra time on the calendar for yourself. You want to ensure you have a few extra minutes between each thing you are doing to be able to take some extra breaths and relax. So I hope this information is providing you a way to help understand your hormones a little bit more. Like I said, I do not have all the answers. I am not a hormone expert, but I wanted to provide you with some basic information. I will look into getting a hormone expert on to talk with us further about this. And then I will give you some recommendations in our Form Fit Mom community of some people I really like that I follow, if you are interested in learning more. If you are interested in getting your hormones right, I do want to let you know that I do have a 30-day hormone health program within my membership portal, which you can try for a month. The first month is $15. So if you want to go in and just see what that's all about, it is 30 days of hormone health. I provide you with workouts that work within each cycle. I provide you with a meal plan, and then this information as well as more information in regards to things that you can do to help your hormones during your cycle. I hope you all got something valuable out of this, And again, I'd love for you to join me over in my Form Fit Mom community, where we share tips and information that will help you move more with less pain. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to our podcast. I hope you found this information valuable and hope that you are able to immediately use some of the information that was provided. Make sure to check out the show notes for all the links that we discussed today. I also wanted to let you know that if you are a mom who is wanting to begin to start making healthier choices, but are not sure where to start or don't feel like you have a lot of time, I want to let you know that I offer a 5-day challenge that is free for you to get started on making small changes each day. It provides you with a quick 5-minute movement or workout routine, along with a 5-day meal plan with family-friendly meals you will enjoy, and a tip that will help you to find ways to move and live healthier. Just head to formfitnaples.com/fit5 to sign up. Again, that information will be in our show notes, so just head there, click on that link, and you'll be able to get started with the 5-day challenge immediately. Now make sure to go out and enjoy your day while practicing small, healthy choices that will make lasting changes.